Today's DIY is so good. I'm really excited. I'm gonna show you guys how you can make your own totally custom, colorful, playful graphic t-shirts using old bandanas, or really using any scrap fabric that you want. This is the ultimate scrap fabric fashion project, but I am going to be using old bandanas from an old project that I didn't like and I ripped apart. Very excited. For those of you that are new, my name is Orly and this is the DIY Designer. I do really great DIY fashion and home decor and styling videos. I release videos every Friday and I'm so stoked that you're here today. And today's DIY is so killer because I am gonna show you how you can create perfectly uniform, perfect block letters without a stencil at all. You're gonna totally freehand it with scissors and I've got great hacks to make it come together perfectly. I'm also gonna show you kind of a sewing and a non-sewing way and include a lot of my mistakes. So hopefully that's all very helpful to you, but I'm really stoked. I hope that you guys enjoy this one. Let's get right into it because man, it is so perfect for summer and I've gotten so many compliments on mine already. Whoop, whoop. All right, so here are those beautifully faded out bandanas that I'm obsessed with. Again, this was from an old project and I used a continuous mist spray bottle with a little bit of bleach and sort of slightly faded out certain sections of the bandana. Now, the word I wanted to start with was the word creator. So I needed 7 bandanas and I just collected all of the colors that made a beautiful rainbow for that particular graphic. What I recommend doing is picking a specific location within all of the bandanas that you're gonna cut your letters. This is gonna do one of two things. One, the letters are all going to be cohesive with the pattern that's inside the letters. The other thing is it really helps you create the right sort of shape and size because you're working within the same place every time, and you'll see that in a second. Make sure that you iron everything because when you cut, you want to make sure that everything's laying flat so your letters are super even. Now, if need be, you can use chalk to write your letter. That way you have a rough guide. My original plan was to use zigzag scissors to cut out the letters and have the zigzag show. I end up changing it, but I do want to show you this just in case the fabric that you're using does allow for it. Basically what you're gonna do is create block letters with your scissors. So draw out your letter and then you're gonna cut like a 1/2 inch to the right and a 1/2 inch to the left of the line that you created until you end up with this even block letter. And it's an eyeball thing. Like you're gonna do it, you're gonna cut, you can see I cut this and I realized the edge of the R was a little wider, so I just shaved a little bit off. And I was trying to decide on size. So this first round, I was kind of playing around. You can see the C is smaller than the R. After making all of them and laying them out in the larger size, I actually decided to go back in and actually make them smaller so that they could fit on the t-shirt. But really this is just a sort of step and repeat process where you're gonna write out the letter, you're going to cut out the letter so that it is as uniform as possible. You'll be shocked at how easy it is to freehand this. You can totally use a stencil if you want, but I actually don't think it's necessary. I made a few of these and cutting them out was not hard at all. Once you cut out all your letters and you have your word, figure out where you're gonna put it. So at first I thought maybe I would do it on this pink sweatshirt. I almost wish I did because now that I see it, I'm like, man, I do really like that. But at the time, I decided to actually do it on this sort of vintage white, off-white shirt because it had this nice kind of overall vintage maker vibe, which I really liked. So you're gonna lay out your letters. You wanna make sure that your shirt is perfectly flat, perfectly straight, side seams are lined up, and everything is even. Start with your center letter. Center letter and then work your way out. Now, there's a couple of mistakes I made on this one and I correct them on the next one, but I do wanna show this because there are some lessons to learn here. I line up all of my letters and I take a ruler and I line it under the arm of both sides, the right and the left, and you can see I was a little askew. So I lowered everything on the second half of my word until that was all lined up. And then I'm gonna measure everything. I'm gonna measure how far I am from each of the armholes so that it's centered on my shirt. I'm gonna measure it from high point shoulder. And then I'm also gonna measure from my ruler, just making sure that everything is really flat before I decide to tack anything down. Now, this is the first way I do it, and again, I'm gonna make an adjustment later, which will be much better, but I took some tacky spray, put it on a plate, and a little paintbrush, and I'm basically tacking them down. This is in lieu of pins. What I will say is these letters are not that easy to sew down with pins because they move on you, they don't lay flat, so my original thought was a little bit of tacky spray, that way everything is laying flat and I can sew. Now, first thing I did, I used a black thread on a straight stitch, and I just started outlining my letter. I gave myself about a 1/4 inch in, like I went in a 1/4 inch from the edge of the letter, thinking it would fray and it would look really cool, and I really wanted to see that zigzag. Problem was, the zigzag is gonna fray so much that you're gonna lose the detail in the zigzag. So that's the first change I'm gonna make, and you'll see it in a second. Next thing is I tried it and said, okay, instead of a straight stitch and instead of black thread, what if I did a really cool gold thread and I did a zigzag and I just outlined all of the zigzag letters so it became almost this like three-dimensional gold sort of like embroidery outline. Well, it kind of worked. However, it was very hard to outline the letters that were curved. This letter is not so hard. You can see the E is not that bad. I go straight down, leave my needle in, lift my presser foot, rotate the shirt, and keep going. Anywhere though that it was rounded letters, I just had a really hard time making it straight. And you can see there, it sort of stretched and twisted the words and it made it really difficult. So this was kind of my mistake. This was my first pass and I ended up making all the corrections on the next one, but I did want you to see this. Number one correction I made, I did a smaller word. So the word I'm gonna do now is lover, which is perfect in this sort of rainbow tone for anything, but especially for pride. So I am doing it bigger letters because it's a smaller word. Next thing, I'm making all of my letters square shaped. There are no round edges on this at all. Third thing, I'm using regular scissors and not zigzag scissors. Because of the way I stitched over it, the zigzag technique is lost anyway, so there was no need for that. And you can see now I am fitting all of the letters in between that border. You see that teardrop border? That border is basically where I'm fitting all of my words in. And again, I'm doing the same thing. I'm freehanding it within that space. So it sort of naturally becomes really uniform, even though I'm not using any stencil. But of course you can use a stencil if you want. Now I'm lining the word up, and another change that I made is I realized that I don't want the graphic to be any larger than 11 inches wide. 11 inches is about as big as you can go before you start losing some of the graphic into the armpit of the shirt, which is what happened on the Creator tee. The next difference I made, I'm picking the entire letter up and I'm spraying the entire thing on the back side. Not just a dab with a paintbrush, but the entire thing. Take your time here. Tacky spray is gonna wash off, so don't worry if you like lay it down somewhere it's the wrong place and you have to move it. Take your time to make sure it's good and then pat it until it's fully fused into the shirt. You're gonna do this with every letter, and the benefit here is that it is basically on the shirt, fully flat, really seamed, really clean, exactly where you want it, and it makes the sewing process like 1,000,000 times easier, which means it's gonna be really great if you're a beginner sewer. This is so much easier than if you use tons of pins because everything lays flat on you. So you'll do this for the whole word until everything is nice and even. Now the next change I made is I continued using my gold thread, but I just did a straight stitch. So what you're gonna do is you go straight, and again, because these are block letters with no rounded edges, this is so easy. You're going to leave your needle in, lift your presser foot, rotate, sew. Leave your needle in, lift your presser foot, rotate, and sew. And you are just gonna get as close to the edge as you possibly can without going outside of the line. So I think I gave myself, I don't even know what it is, maybe like a 1/16 of an inch, like right along the edge. Just line it up. You can move your needle if that's helpful so that you can actually glide your presser foot along the edge of the letter and move your needle in a little bit. That's usually a really good hack. But basically you're just gonna sew the entire thing down and that shirt is done. Now, I wanted to show you one other version. I decided to make a sweatshirt that said boss. So it was only 4 letters. So what I did is I cut out the block, right, with the teardrop border on the top and the bottom, and then I just cut out 4 identical shaped rectangles. Now, within these 4 rectangles, I can cut out my letters. And because they are naturally the same size, my letters are all gonna be really uniform because they're all needing to fit within the same size little rectangle. For this version, I decided to do the curved letters because I was doing the straight stitch. So it was gonna be a little bit simpler, and the S's looked like 5s when I made them square, so I kinda needed to do it rounded. So anyway, I'm doing the same exact thing. I'm lining up my letters, making sure that they're in place, picking each one up, adding tacky spray to the back, laying them down, making sure they're even, and then I sewed them down with a simple straight stitch in that gold thread. It was really easy to sew them down, even though it was a curve, because again, it was a straight stitch, so no problem, and they were fully sort of adhered to my sweatshirt. Now, the last thing I did is I took a black paint pen and I actually outlined the little seam allowance that's on the outside of my gold thread. I felt like the words sort of disappeared with the pink on pink and the pattern, so it needed a little bit of a border. So a simple outline, and it looks really cool actually with the gold thread and the black, and this one's done. I'm gonna model these for you. I am absolutely obsessed. I love the way they came out. I cannot wait to see yours. So if you guys do this project, please, please tag me on social because I wanna see the words that you pick. I wanna see the colors you choose, what fabric you chose to use. I wanna see all of it. So please do share it with me. And if you guys liked this video or you're just a fan of this channel, please share it with a friend. You have no idea how helpful that would be. YouTube's crazy. It's like, so if you can share this video or my channel in general with the people in your life, man, that would mean the world to me and be super helpful. So thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. Have a beautiful week and I will see you guys next week. Love you guys.
So cold, get warm when you hold me, when you close. I know, I'm a lost case, I'm a mess. But everything feels a little bit lighter with you. Something's letting me heal. You're making it brighter right through the gray.